so that's off the list. We also had, of course, The Killer,
Yep.
which I did not know was based on a funny book.
Yeah. Not too
And
surprised.
our Ammentai and Gremlins 2.
Gremlins 2, which we have all of Christmas to see. We can
Yes.
also see um, all the Jack Frosts.
No, there are multiple.
Aren't there?
I have no idea.
That horror film?
Yeah, that was scary. That had the VHS cover in Blockbuster had one of those, not quite holographic, but you would turn the image one way and it would be a different image, you know?
Oh dear.
So it was like nice snowman and then evil snowman. Hated it.
Yeah.
Oh, Hello Kitty. That's fine.
Wow. Last time I played this was with you. I don't even remember when that. Did we watch a movie and then do this? Was
We
it
think we
Carrie
must have.
2? The Rage?
I think it was the prequel to Carrie 2 The Rage.
Uh, let's see what things have changed.
Yes.
The Weekend, or you can say that in that voice that says a penis is evil. The weekends are for movies.
The weekdays off of work. Maybe we should watch that one day, Zardoz.
Well, it looks absolutely zany, zany and corny maybe.
Mm-hmm. Out of this world.
Out of this world. Monsters Rise. You could get yourself a little Godzilla
Oh, I do like Godzilla.
in prep for the film you're gonna see. Not on a weekday.
No.
You
I
consider yourself a hypocrite?
Actually I did move it to Saturday because
Oh, okay.
I was like I don't like driving at night. I'll just go see a matinee the next day.
But isn't it just down the street?
No, this one's in Hyannis. So it's
Oh,
like
okay.
20 minutes away. I think it's where I saw Black Panther 2 or
Okay.
The Woman King. I don't remember which one.
Let's see. Fight this man. La, 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 la. Donovan liked the description of the YouTube video that I
Which?
just posted today.
Oh, and what? I guess maybe I'll find out what it says.
The lies and betrayal of Juan Geraldo. Shoot.
Do you think he feels as if he's getting less negative attention from you?
Oh, that's interesting. Um, hmm. I think it's equally distributed.
Okay, I'm
You
glad.
only get the. I'm all about equity and
Yes.
inclusion and diversity. I think that yeah, I mean, I would say I focus on Donovan about 8/10 of the time, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe you 2/10 of the time.
Okay, so that's not quite equal, but
That's true. But it balances out because if we hang out, then that means a lot of the focus goes back on you. So it
that's
kind
true.
of it feels different. But yeah, it was interesting. I mean, again, talk about Korean audacity, where you drop that photo and say, "Oh, they must see," as if you're really proud of that photo, as if you were so happy to take it. I thought the audacity of this man using this as evidence
You think
when he didn't want nothing to do with it.
I'm claiming false authorship?
Well, yeah, we're on a squad, by the way.
Okay,
Just
I'll be
want you
careful.
to know.
This ain't a free
No,
for all.
Ellen, it is not. Ellen,
Cutting it close there, Light Bridge.
What, since everyone likes to hear about it, what would you give your grade of productivity today?
Today was probably a C. A C.
A C, okay.
One outline
I guess
completed.
that's one, okay. I guess that's better. Sometimes you, ooh, dear me, are in the D range, aren't you, typically?
Yeah, that's where I started thinking. I was like, is this a D? A D day? But no, I did get something done. Um, the screen protector for my Surface Pro came today, so I attached that poorly. A lot of bubbles.
Poorly.
Yeah. Um, so I started getting
Gosh,
that set up, and I discovered to my horror that the pencil or the stylus
the
does not have a
stylus, yeah.
charger.
And it needs one?
Yes, to start it up even, you have to charge it for 1 second.
And that was not included.
Not included.
So now you have to go and buy that.
Yep, I'm gonna go tomorrow. Staples.
Wow,
Also think about getting a case.
what a racket.
What a racket. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I always really double down on protective measures,
Yeah.
especially when it's like something not expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. I also just I'm disappointed that the pen or the stylus is a device and not just like a block of plastic that does the job of touching. Like, why does it have to be something
Yeah.
that needs to be charged?
Is it a, will you have to, do you remember, did you have smart boards in high school?
Oh, maybe. I think in college.
And sometimes the teacher would have to orient it if it got out of whack and you had to press like the X's. Do you think you'll have to do that with your Service Pro?
Oh, I certainly hope not. I hope it just hums along.
Gosh, I can't wait to hear
The horror
of the
stories.
travails.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I hope everything. And you're going to use this mostly for kind of plotting, right? Almost like, what are those called when you are coming up with kind of very scratchy choreography and stuff like that?
Like an animatic.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be using it for inking. Because what I used
Oh,
to,
okay.
I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I used to cut pieces of tracing paper and tape them onto my iPad,
Oh, interesting.
not even thinking that there were devices out there
That
that
you
just
can
had a
use, yeah.
stylus.
Wow, okay. Now, what the listening audience may be shocked to hear is that I invited our good friend Geraldo onto my podcast to talk about his stuff.
Yep. It's going to be a hardball. I don't want an easy interview. I want you to really hold me to the fire.
You know I will.
How dare you? And what fourth? Yeah, Stella's been was very gracious in doing so, challenging her listeners' capacity to withstand my my diatribes.
Well, the good news is that you have to have done the work.
Hmm.
So you will, in a way, make up a little bit for your failure during Resident Evil Village when you
Yes.
did not do the assignment. But
No.
since it's about the assignment, you have to have done it.
Hmm.
You see these cans of beans
I know, that's pretty good.
and the sandwich? There's a lot of food. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Do you see
Someone's
that?
pushing me off. I don't like it.
Oh, I was getting pushed by the wizard.
Yeah,
Harry Potter.
cheap tricks here. There's a Harry Potter.
Wow. All wizards are
I
Harry
see the
Potter to
wizard.
me.
Okay. Wow, I think that might be racist.
A little culturally insensitive.
Characters.
Wizards can defend themselves.
I would say my productivity was maybe an A minus.
Sounded
I
like
did.
an
Oh, I appreciate that. I did really want to have my podcast edited so that tomorrow I could do nothing.
A.
But here we are,
Here
so
we
I'll have
are.
to do it. But I didn't get a text back from the parent of my Latin student about whether there's tutoring, so I don't know what to do about that. Because if there weren't, then I'd keep my phone off all day and fast from technology, but now I have to keep it on, I guess, sadly.
Have you been doing that?
Yes. I try to, it's easier when I don't have tutoring, because that way I don't need to worry about, setting an alarm, but I'll just turn it off at night when I go to bed, and then I don't open it up. I think last Sunday, because he had just taken a test on Thursday, I didn't turn on my phone until like 7, which is, I think, then when I texted you and I was like, I'm not really feeling it.
I have noticed a bit of a downtick in reels.
Does that make you sad or happy?
Well, I was like, what have I done to upset her aside from...
That's funny because, oh, volleyball! Uh-oh. We had some troubles on this before.
Yes, we did.
Because I had just seen a reel about that where someone had sent, like, something really exciting in tone, a bunch of emojis about, like, excited to hang out, emoji, 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 and then the friend said, me too, and that was it, and then the other friend called and she said, what's going on? So, no, it's just, I have, the honest answer is that I'm getting those weird reels I was talking about.
Yeah.
So the backstory, friends, is that, I read, under duress, I read Verity, and then It Ends With Us by Colin Hoover. And in Verity, there are, and I am not exaggerating, the most number of reading of blowjobs that that I have ever read in a book. And I talked about this in my part 2 of my podcast, that I am not going to pretend that I've like never read any. But typically in the romances that I read, they don't even use, like, they'll use member or just him, like she took him into her mouth, that sort of thing. And that's it. That's it. But this is like getting into details to the extent that at one point and Harry can attest to this because I sent him pictures of the pages, that someone's getting choked by it. Like, she cannot breathe. And it was just, it was too much. I was also texting Donovan and be like, is this like really what, because this seems just so far-fetched, like what's going on here? But I think because, and I don't even think I used the word blowjobs, I was using BJ's, but I think it's just overhearing me, it's reading my pictures, and so now I just have a bunch of weird reels. I've had some BDSM stuff, some weird kink stuff that one about, that she kneels her
Pinning
subs.
Yeah.
That was just like, where's this coming from? And then other stuff, and I guess I'm not liking them, but you might be right. Harry had said, well, you're sharing them, so that might equate to liking them. That now my algorithm is just very wonky, so I just haven't sent a lot. So I think today I sent you a couple. Oh, you know, I didn't realize this is what. Oh no!
So they kind of move now.
Did you get this? Oh! Okay.
Oh no!
Man. Oh shoot! I went down the wrong one. I had no idea.
So this is the one. No! The one to the right of that.
Is anyone gonna win this? You think?
I know.
So the middle one.
Yeah.
And then here, what's the shoe doing?
I guess that's helping us out, but now it's in the way.
How? How did it help us? What
Well,
do
it
you think?
highlights.
Oh.
Oh!
I sent you about the raccoon and let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
And oh shoot. And
Oh!
the wild cat sitting on its.
Yeah, he was quite the charmer.
Yeah, sitting on its tail to warm its. Yeah, well, that was hard. It was just us and the other people?
Yeah, I think there
Or
were
were there four? Okay.
14. The
Wow, yeah,
beans.
no, nothing, no doubt. It's just, I'm not getting anything to share. And then, I also think, oh, is this for Harry only? Is it for Harry and Dawn? Is
Mm-hmm.
it just for Dawn? So it depends.
That's a strong consideration.
Yeah, because of course there's the group that we're in. So if it applies, so technically, I did spend a little bit more.
Yes. Ooh, pizza party.
What did you think about that variant cover that Donovan shared with us?
Yeah, that was interesting. No, it wasn't really.
Ooh, was that a pot?
Yeah, I thought it was a bowler hat, but no, it's a pot.
Uh,
Wait, put on. Where's my pizza party? Oh, that's it.
I think it's like onions,
But there's
mushrooms,
no pizzas.
pepperoni.
Yeah.
No, it's topping. You could change the color and it would look like you're a pizza.
I guess I'm gonna go with ice cream though. In tribute to It Follows.
Oh yeah.
What's a good ice cream color? Pumpkin. Okay. Slime climb time.
I used our document, our Google Doc of the T-ticket itinerary to
Oh.
keep track of everything, but we ended up not editing when things got moved around, so I was like,
Oh.
because it still said night tennis. I'm like, well, we played tennis on Sunday.
Did you explain about how that was a bit of a trial and error?
Did not. I didn't actually I forgot to talk about the tennis.
And did you? So you never went over the birthday trip?
Yes, I did.
Oh, really? I guess I missed that.
It would have been, I think it was on the break that I took from Josh, so it must have been September.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
It was a month later. Because the Josh ones I knew were going to be so long because of 8 issues per act
Yeah.
that I was like, I can't really take time out to talk about this. Plus, I always feel weird telling a story where like the other person wasn't there, so it's just like they're listening
Right.
and I'm talking at them, but I'm really not talking to them.
That'd be
So
weird.
I was like, I think I'll just wait.
Yeah, the last episode I think I watched, because I always watch them, well, it was about war games.
Oh,
I
how
want to see
kind
your
of you.
face.
Well, now that's been a disappointment just because I've not had the time. I'm just like worn out, so I've just been doing share screen. But this time I did for both.
Okay.
So. But I mean, yeah, just wait till you get to 15 minutes of Sea Slug. It'll be fun.
The sea
It
slug.
reminds me of, yeah, I know. Well, I was watching Hannah Gadsby's recent, do you know who that is?
Yeah. Oh.
Her recent Netflix special, and she was talking about how she and her wife often experience the same event in 2 different ways. And so when I was talking about the sea slug, it was very much, it felt like that you
Yeah.
and I had experienced 2 different things, because when George asked, did you see any sea slugs? I said no. And then you said yes. And so I'm like, where were you? Where was I? You know, like in what world were we experiencing the same situation if you saw a sea slug and I did not?
Interesting. So it's kind of that initial cognitive dissonance that really started the betrayal, I suppose, more than the outrage.
Yeah. Well, the lie happened earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So this was like compounding what you had already done earlier in the weekend.
Yes.
Now, I did give you the benefit, no, there's really no benefit of doubt, but said he thought that I knew he was joking when he said he wasn't going to track me.
Mm-hmm.
So I at least try to explain for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, when I assassinate characters, I at least, like, balance it.
Mm. It appealed
Fair
to
and
ethos.
balanced. Absolutely. I try to be like Fox News. Fair enough.
I think we should all try to be like Fox News.
Oh.
Oh, Slime Climb.
Oh, wait. Oh, is it? Oh. It's probably like that saying we did with the,
Hexagon.
yeah, or I was thinking about the one with the circle, and you just go around.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
so I guess it just eliminates people little by little.
The course will be slightly different.
Yeah. Well, another update, friends, is that I have a phone interview scheduled for Monday at 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm. We're all rooting for her.
I appreciate that. Is that a discussion in the shoot household?
It came up.
Did they all say, I fear for the poor fellow?
No.
Did you say, I wonder what life will be like with Bella in the same state?
I think Maggie asked, like, what do you think that's going to be like? And I said, well, I did room with Cassandra for almost a year. I do think you're a bit more high maintenance in terms of, like, getting up earlier and being really busy.
Please.
Ooh, that was a bit of a boost.
Yeah, but the thing with roommates is...
Oh! I died.
Oh, that's too bad.
At the very end.
You don't really have to see somebody.
Right. Yeah, I never saw my last roommate. We actually talked a lot during our last few days together. It was weird.
It's probably the end. I think, well,
You have to make it.
Yeah. Oh, me?
Yes.
Well, I'm scared because the slimes are coming. Oh, dear.
No!
Ah!
That's what
there
happened
was
to me.
interference for sure.
A lot of rough housing.
By those people.
Well, I'll exit then. Oh. So one of the things that I've found working with comic book artists, and I think you'll have a better idea once you see these stories, is that they really like establishing shots. Now, I went to film school and I understand the utility of an establishing shot, but in some cases that's not really my instinct to open a story with, like, this is where we are. Especially in a short story. Like in My Devil, the one about, well, I don't know, but it's about, like, murder and stuff.
So descriptive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I had written it so that the first image you see is two hands clasped together in prayer, and maybe some dialogue. And the artist comes back with this really big and really nice looking establishing shot of what the outside of the building that he's in looks like. Unfortunately, it's not a building that we really know what it is, because it's a fish farm. And that's not really something that we're, like, familiar with. So to look at it, you don't know what you're seeing, so that doesn't actually help. And she was like, well, maybe you could put a caption. And I was like, well, the caption would be Jeju Island, and people don't really know what that is either. Obviously, I didn't say that because I was like, this is great. Because I mean, at some point it doesn't matter. And I figured it was just a once off. But the one I'm working on now takes place in a college, and the opening image is supposed to be a bunch of people or a bunch of students in a dining hall staring. In the first panel, it's a big wide shot of the college campus. So I don't know what that's about. Like, is this something common in comic books, establishing shots to open the story?
How are you describing the first page?
With like, I think that it's like page one, panel one, student staring. I mean, maybe I say like they're in a college, or at some point I have to say, this is a college. But I don't
Well, I
say
don't
like,
know why they're not following your directions then.
yeah. Well, that's my confusion. Uh-oh, I'm not gonna make it.
Ooh.
Oh!
You
I got
got
wrapped up
the
on
dingleberry.
the Niggleberries, which we saw recently.
Establishing shots. I'm like just thinking about like Birds of Prey #3. That I can pull it up on my phone when I'm not on
Yes,
that.
that you
I
have to
think
concentrate.
that they're, yeah, on a boat, but it's like connecting back to where they were. But your issue is that you're doing out of continuity stories, so they're like standalones.
Right.
But I suppose these people like really want a defined setting.
Yeah. And
But
maybe that's
that
just what
messes
they're
it.
used to. Whoa.
What'd you say?
Yeah, maybe that's just what they're used to.
I guess the problem is, the main problem is they're not listening to you. The second problem is like you have a clear intention for why you want to start off the way you're starting off.
Right.
And it's not like someone would tell an author. For example, Verity starts off with somebody getting run over, hit by a car in New York City, and then blood sprays over our main character. That is the first thing. And so it's not like you establish, oh, this girl's walking down the street. It's first person anyways. The editor's not coming back. No one's telling Colleen Hoover to change that.
Right.
So I don't know. The same should be true about what you're doing there. So you could be more adamant. Is this going to be an issue though? Because you don't like to get into confrontations? That you're not going to go back and be like, this is not what I'm looking for?
I think theoretically, like, if I were to look at this from the outside, I really should be more, firm with these people. When they present a piece of art that they created, it's hard for me to say, no, that's not what I wanted. Even if it is pretty defensible, like, hey, look, this isn't in the script. So I think, like, maybe, uh-oh.
My God. I don't like that.
No, the shark. I mean, it's something I'll have to work on. I also think that the language barrier could be an issue, because a lot of these artists are Brazilian, and they're really talented. But at some point, I imagine I'll have to start working with like native English speakers. Stop outsourcing the labor.
Or use Google Translate potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it is with
Portuguese. I mean, they speak English. They speak more English than I speak any other language, but yeah, sometimes those nuances, I guess, are the.
Well, I guess I just sent you something.
Oh, okay.
Or I will anyway. This is the first shot of issue 3, but there is a small panel that establishes where they are. So, but I would look. When we have a break, I'll pull out a Terry Moore, because he does all of his stories are like standalone, so that would be the better one to look at. Well, the thing is, you're paying them.
Right.
Right?
Yes. Not that much, but yes.
Yeah, but you're still like, I mean, if you think about it in the workforce, someone did a job that wasn't either up to snuff or this wasn't what we were looking for. They have to go back and fix it.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's definitely right. But I think counterbalancing that is like I do have this approach where I want to see what the artists how the artists interpret it, rather than try to micromanage. And
hmm
maybe that's just a cop out, or cowardice. But at some point, I will be illustrating my own comics, so I can do whatever I want there.
there you go.
This image.
No!
Oh no!
That was very sad. Yes, the one I just sent you.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's basically kind of similar to the first example that I described, although that panel's pretty big, a lot bigger. I do like those like thin panels because that's something that I don't really think about in terms of like coming from film into comics. Like when I think of a comic panel, I think it has to be kind of like a big deal, um, as like a shot in a film would be. But something like that is almost like it's so quick, but it gets the job done.
Could you do a sliver of like a bunch of fish somewhere, but it's like you wouldn't be able to tell what was going on?
Yeah, like that. I mean, that's what I would probably prefer to do. I think I've just had a hard time communicating that, I guess. But at the same time, I mean, these scripts are not really that open to like they're pretty plainly written, you know. But it's fine. I mean, that's really
We'll
the
find
only.
out.
Yeah,
Well, the bad news is Stella, as someone who wrote comics apart, will be reading your story.
I know.
And yeah.
That's it. You'll have to separate yourself from your critic self from your enemy of me self.
Yeah, well, the critic will be the one that will be interviewing
Okay.
you.
I'll have to prepare for that mentally. Maybe I won't take kindly to criticism.
Oh
You'll
my
be like,
gosh.
explain this choice, not even accusatorily, and I'll say, I don't have to explain anything. It's all on the page. Maybe you just didn't get it.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Worst guest ever.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I'll
Yeah,
just cut you off.
yeah, like I could just edit you out, or edit better answers in from the many hours of audio we've compiled over the months of streaming. And then you could say, this was the man who denied me my sea slug, and everybody will
Oh
understand.
yeah.
And that's how my comic book career died before it even started. I mean, I will feel bad if you don't like the site, because it's not like you're gonna tell me.
No, I've become very skilled in asking questions that don't really reveal what my thoughts are.
That's true. You've had a lot of con experience.
Yeah. Have you finished the one that's like Iphigenia?
That's a what?
That's like, it's sacrificing somebody, that one?
Yes, that was the one that took the longest.
Okay. That's
That's
up on the site?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoa.
And then also the one where you kill a synthetic, that's
A
up there?
defenseless woman robot. Yes. I invited you both, you and Donovan, to beta read, but I don't think you
You know what? I recall this happening,
did.
and my only excuse is school. But
I understand.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. What is happening? Is this a circuit or
I think so. We have to run two
run
laps.
2 laps? Wow.
I don't
Okay.
even know how to get up here. What? What the H?
Wow. Whoa.
People are climbing up.
How? Oh, how? Oh,
Wow, this is cool. Uh-oh. Oh, what on earth?
I was very far behind. I don't know. Catch up, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Wow. You're doing me dirty.
That wasn't a lap. Oh, here it is. Yeah, some of these opening blocks are too tall to scale.
Shoot.
No! Cool. Oh!
These pink blocks don't do you any. I don't think I'm gonna qualify.
No.
I'm definitely dead last.
I see you.
Yes, well, I just started lap 2, so unless someone's having as bad a time as I have.
It's possible. Wow, this is like stimulation overload.
Oh dear.
No!
Yeah,
Anime's
there's
king.
No way. There was no way. Yeah, Tom.
Oh, this one's hard. Ow. So what was this paper today that you submitted?
This one was the case study paper that, based off of my interview with Cindy.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was done with it last month. So I was just waiting. This is also the one where one of my partners was not going to do a partner swap.
Right. Helpful.
Yeah, and there is a line about partners feedback in the rubric, but I don't know how. It's not like she asked us to submit the paper with feedback, so I don't know how she's exactly checking that. But unfortunately for me, I'm 5 pages over the limit. So. But this was the one she said that she's not, even though there was a line about within the page limit, she said that she's not as, like, focused on that, but she finds that people who are, oh, I thought you had it there, outside of the limit are not as concise as they need to be, but I think I'm where it counts.
Yeah.
Like the recommendations and stuff. I mean, there are so many questions and requirements that you have to go through that I don't know how you can do between 6 and 7 pages. It is what it is. Yeah. So today I read over it again and changing some phrasing and stuff, but oh well.
It's in somebody else's hands now.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. So just one more paper left for that class.
Wow. If you were a professor, would you impose a page limit?
I think it depends on what it would be. Like, I think sometimes they're good so that it wouldn't freak people out. Like, maybe a reflection on a reading. Like, that doesn't need to be more than a page.
Right.
But I think the issue I have with some of the, well, with this paper in particular is just You need to realize when you're asking like a dozen questions that in order to fully answer them, it's going to take some pages. So I just don't know that they've necessarily thought that through.
Yeah.
But I mean, in school, I feel like high school is like typically 3 to 5 pages
Right.
for all our essays and stuff. And then, you know, I would train. There's no page limit for my AP students.
Hmm.
You know, if I gave them a prompt, because it's more about you need to answer the prompt and you need to have claim evidence and commentary. And it was about starting to get them down to time limits, because it's more about time than it was length, because of course you just have like 45 minutes. So practicing with that. But yeah, I didn't care how long the paper was, so long as they were answering the question, basically.
I think that's the important thing. I certainly remember training to write essays fast in AP literature.
Yeah.
That was pretty good at it. Uh-oh, this was a mistake. This was a mistake.
Oh.
Get away from me, hot dog. Oh, look at him.
You, a wiener, and then...
That was terrible.
Oh.
Terrible. Anime's king.
You almost made it. Oh.
You got your vengeance.
There you go. A dish best served cold.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Level up.
What's the plan for tomorrow?
I'll go get that stylus charger and Staples. Yep. Maybe hazard the grocery store, although the Sunday before Thanksgiving probably is not the best time to go. But I would like to get some hot chocolate. And there was something gift wrap. But I guess I have until, Christmas. Roughly.
You get some at Michael's? That's
true. They might be swarmed too. How bad is it roundabouts this time?
It is I work Tuesday and Thursday this week, and each time it looked like the cashiers were on the verge of collapse.
Wow.
And they're like saying it was nuts. Tuesday, apparently there are like so many buy online, pick up in store orders.
Yeah.
And on Tuesday, you may have heard me talking about this with my mom. It was so bad on Tuesday that they ended up pulling all the items, but they didn't pack them or put them or sort them with the receipts or anything. So it was a bit of a madhouse.
Wow.
So yes, but I guess it might depend on when you go. But you're not necessarily
an early riser.
Yeah. No.
I was agonizing about how to get the Microsoft Surface Pro because I was like, well, I should really just go, like, delivery people are probably, like, so overworked this time of year, so I shouldn't just buy it from Amazon or something. I was like, well, at least I'll go to Best Buy or go through Best Buy. But then I thought, I don't know if I can guarantee that this discount is going to be active if I go to the store. Like, if I just get it, I could easily imagine them being like, no, there's no discount. What are you talking about? So I was like, well, maybe I could buy it online and have it shipped to the store.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I'm just going to ship it to myself because I'm so lazy. So that's what I did, and I felt bad. And then, of course, I had to buy all the accessories through Amazon.
Yep.
So I'll at least redeem myself by going to Staples tomorrow and getting the final item.
Are you sure that they have it?
No. But at least Staples sells it. I just don't know if it's going to be at this store.
Oh, I would always check.
Yeah, I could just do a location search. I gotta imagine. And if it isn't, I'll just pick up some hot chocolate.
There you go.
Because you never know. I feel like they sell coffee at Staples.
It's like Michael says candy.
Yeah, and ghosts.
And those little ghosts.
Then after that, I think I'll experiment with drawing.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah, let's put that down as a definite. I don't know, there's like a lot of stuff I gotta do.
Well, you can't do it if you don't get a charger.
That's true. So if I don't get the charger, then I will...
There's a wash.
Yeah. That's how I felt about today. Today was kind of a wash. Now, what does a day off for Stella look like if
Oh
everything
gosh.
goes to plan?
If I didn't have anything to do?
Yeah.
I'd probably get outside at least once.
Hmm.
Go on a walk. And then, yeah, I would sleep in, potentially. I don't know what that means. Sometimes my body thinks that means just wake up at the regular time, which is
Yep.
very sad. Some reading. Some watching something. I just finished part 1 of The Crown, so I'll have to pick something else. And maybe I was considering, maybe I'll be in the mood for River City Girls. But
Give
I
it
don't
a
know.
crack.
Yeah. But well, tomorrow I'll have to spend however long at a podcast. Sadly.
Mm-hmm.
And then who knows if I'm tutoring.
Right.
I don't like to find that out last minute.
Yeah, hopefully they give you the heads up with enough time. An old classic.
Yeah. Dizzy Heights. Well, Monday I'm seeing Hunger Games.
Oh.
And Serpents. I was gonna go on my birthday and it was all planned, and then I got a text that was like, "You can't go on your birthday. We're doing an early Thanksgiving that day." And I was like, okay.
What? That's...
So now I need to move it to another day because of this.
Is this something that usually happens, or is this some sort of setup for a surprise party?
No, I'm not invited to the Thanksgiving. It was
Oh.
a different.
Oh, I see.
Family. So it was their own family. I guess was the only day everyone could go. So, I had to sacrifice to that.
Hopefully it's, your phone interview will go well, so you're not just sitting there
Oh yeah.
stewing. I suppose you will anyway. That's hard to not think about.
Oh, on Monday, yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, I have about 6 questions for them or him. I don't know.
Oh, good. That's always the hardest part.
Yeah, coming up with questions like, oh, I don't have anything, and then you finish and you're like, oh shoot, I actually do have a lot of questions.
I just feel like that's part of the test. It's like, you have any questions? I'm like, no. They're like, why not? Our other candidates did.
Yeah, we'll see. And I don't know how many, because Alana said that for her interview, everyone on the team was on the phone interview.
Oh.
Like the hiring team.
Yeah.
And this guy is just saying me, or he said like phone call with me, but who knows if there are going to be other people on the line.
Right. I feel like the more people added to the call, that's just more anxiety. One of the worst interviews I ever had was one at my dad's company, Bose, the
wow.
sound company, and it was like several rounds, and it was clear almost immediately that I was not like a serious candidate. This was like I was still in high school, and I think it just came up. My dad was like, "Oh, you should try this because it's like a video something." But it was so long and so many different people. It's like, oh, this is not happening.
Could you tell how could you tell that you weren't a serious candidate? Was it from their questions or like their reactions to your answers?
It just seemed like it was more like I don't know, it was like a higher level than what I was at. I mean, I didn't have like anything to show for
Oh, okay. You didn't meet the base qualifications.
no. And I remember this there was this exchange of dialogue that has haunted me forever
Oh dear.
where the woman asked like I don't know if she asked like what are your influences as like an artist or if it was just something that came from the cover letter, but she had said like I really like David Cronenberg too, and like this is a company that's making like product videos, not like sci-fi horror movies. Oh, that was so embarrassing.
She said that?
Yeah, she's like, oh, I like David Cronenberg too. Like that's so every time I think of David Cronenberg, I think of that.
Oh, so he was one of the people you thought of?
Yeah, well, I mean
I
that's
see.
who I was definitely thinking about at the time, but I think another bad interview moment was at Famous Monsters of Filmland, which was like a really cool opportunity, but I probably wasn't qualified for that one either. It was like an internship. But they handed me the magazine, and they were like, "Tell me what you would change," and I couldn't come up with anything, so I think I just handed it back.
So I will say that that's nerve-wracking because did they give you time? Did they give it to you and then give you like a half an hour?
No, it was
Oh,
just right on the spot. Like, have a look
they
at this. What would
sat
you
and
change?
stared at you.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that
I
was
would
not
not have been able to
cool.
do that because I can come up with constructive criticism, but that's pretty messed up.
And also, like to be real, I did not really read Famous Monsters of Filmland. Like I knew of it, and it'd be cool to write for that magazine, but it's not like I had a subscription or anything. So I was kind of seeing it for the first time, and I don't have any editorial experience or yeah, it's hard. It was the old paradox of how do you
Mm,
interview for a job without any experience.
yeah. Well, I'm hopeful. I mean, obviously, I've not been in admissions
Hmm.
or collegiate, but I mean, my internship this summer puts me a bit closer in being in education. Come on, 10
Right.
years getting a master's degree. I mean, fingers crossed, but who knows? You also worry about, oh, wow, do they actually have a candidate that they already want and they're
Yeah.
just going through everything to make it legitimate?
Man, that's not even something that I'm paranoid about, but I will be now. Um,
Oh, well, that's because,
that
I
happened to
mean,
you.
yeah, well, yeah, I just know of it, yeah, happening, unfortunately. Oh,
So
wow. Did you
what if
make it?
no, I died.
Okay, okay.
What if in this round of job hunting you got a remote position? Would you just stay where you are, or would you still move?
Um, that's interesting. I think I did. Is that one of my questions? I think that was one of the questions maybe that Alana had asked, which is a good question. Is it remote or hybrid? Um, I guess it would depend on where these high school visits are.
Yeah.
Because if the high school visits are primarily in Massachusetts, then it doesn't really make sense for me to be in Virginia.
Hmm. But if it was all over
Because
the world, then you're in a better position there,
I
or
suppose
all over
so,
the
yeah.
country.
Yeah, yeah, it could be really anywhere. I wouldn't, I mean, I would still like to move from this current apartment that I'm in, though, at
Right.
this time, for sure. But yeah, we'll see. I would be surprised if this particular position were not in person.
Yeah. But the pay's good.
I don't know that it, trying to remember if it was listed. I think it's in the 50s. So
Oh wow.
for me, that feels good. Is it what was that? Oh wow, is that good or bad?
I mean that's more than I've ever had as a salary.
Yeah, well, same. That's why I'm like, beggars are not gonna be choosers in my neck of the woods, man. If the highest pay I've ever gotten is 41, I will appreciate
Yeah.
anything over that. Especially with like a master's degree, I would be like, okay, well.
Right.
But I would like to investigate, because if it would require moving, like I would definitely be looking at cost of living to be sure that
Yeah.
it's also commensurate with that.
Yeah, I could share you some of my saved searches on apartments.com.
Oh gosh.
But
yeah, but were you looking in those locations?
I mean, just in and around Massachusetts, I generally go to the mayor, like, what's a good place in Massachusetts to live?
Yeah. Yeah, she was telling me of there are certain locations that you should not go to.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Like, even within a town, she's like, okay, well, this is great, but there are also some bad places. And I'm like, okay. I think I'll just wait until the job is in hand. Alana was telling me that with collegiate positions, they often give you a relocation stipend.
Oh, interesting.
It's lovely. Now, it might not pay for everything, but
Right.
that would be nice to pay a little bit of the moving fee.
Yeah.
Because my dad, when he moved me in this apartment 13 years ago, he said this was the last time.
Do you think he'd still stick to that?
If I asked, I think he would. I mean, I think if I asked him, he would maybe hesitate, but he's also in his 70s, and of course, you know, you're aware of his health crises, so I don't think I would ever ask him.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'll ask lots of advice about, like, what should be in my car versus in my moving truck, but I think my main nervousness are just the books. That's like the thing that, because you want to just pile the books, as many books as possible in one box, but you can't do it. So that's like my main thing. But luckily I haven't really been buying a lot of books. I kind of put a stop to that a couple of years ago, so, but it's still, that's going to be unfortunate.
I ended up taking stacks of similarly sized books and wrapping them in bubble wrap, and then putting them in, like, the back seat of the car.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I feel like I'll probably, because I think the way, uh-oh, wow.
Somebody's trying to cause trouble.
They were causing trouble. It seems like the way to go is half books, half something else.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
Which will work with, like, oh, you know, fill a box up half with books and then put clothing in the other half.
Yeah. Or bricks. You gotta get all
Bricks.
those bricks out of the apartment.
Yeah, make it as bad as possible, but we'll see. Don't want to put all the eggs in the basket, as it were.
Right. That's a good one. I could go for some eggs. Get out of here, man.
Eggs and bacon.
You know, I don't really like bacon that much. Can you believe that?
I am not. I think when I was younger, I used to be, but I don't really. I tend to stay away from that. Turkey bacon, I do like. Bacon, no. Bacon on donuts really grosses me out.
Yeah.
So if I ever get some donuts from Duck Donuts, which is a place, it's in different places, but we have one here. Often there is a maple icing with bacon bits on it, and I always put in the comments, no bacon, please.
And sometimes they get it.
Oh, they've got each time. I've not
Okay.
had one. Yeah, because I think there was one, maybe the first time I got donuts there, there was a bacon donut in there. And so I ended up, like, wrapping it up and giving it to my nephew. Like, that's gross. There's something, yeah, I used to like, that now grosses me out. Yeah, mayonnaise is something that grosses me out.
Interesting. Oh, that's not
I used to enjoy it a lot, but yeah.
mayonnaise is
Not a
pretty
fan.
gross.
Not a fan, I have to say. Yeah, I mean, what even is it? What?
It's eggs and oil.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know this one was a light. This jerk is trying to follow me.
Oh,
No!
sad.
Darn skeleton. In your next life, I'll kill you.
Oh dear. Seems unnecessary. That one. 8 shoot.
Yep. You're playing the long game.
Yeah, because I just get out here. Oh,
No!
wow, that was
Sniped.
messed up. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh well. Oh well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just have my sandwiches just dry now.
I mean, I feel like sometimes you can get like a vegetable in there that can substitute for condiments. Like I don't put ketchup on burgers anymore if there's a tomato.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
ice. What does this remind you of?
So I remember we had a funny conversation during one of these games, but I don't remember what specifically.
Oh, well, I was just thinking about the tick 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 thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did forget to talk about that.
That was a staple of the week. Very critical.
Are you moving?
I was just being.
Really? I was nervous for you. Thought you were undergoing.
I was having an
drift
existential crisis. Oh gosh.
or something.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
the
all
stretch.
those times that you were unable to knock my soul back into my body because
That
of
was
drift.
so
I thought you
annoying.
were just a bad player.
I mean, it's
was like, oh
possible.
no, he legitimately can't move
Yeah,
in the direction he needs to.
that was tough. I was thinking, gosh, the perfect gift for Donovan for Christmas would be a second PlayStation controller, but I imagine everybody's gonna get him one, especially Denmark, because that would be more of a gift to himself, really.
What do
Uh-oh.
you think you're gonna get him? Where do you get the man who has everything?
Yeah.
The line from a Superman story.
I got Donovan a book about Steven Seagal and the Metal Gear Solid collection on PS5.
Wow. How generous.
He usually gets me like a ton of stuff, so I feel like I gotta. And then you and I,
Your
we.
body pillow?
That's a good idea.
Yes, you and I.
You and I were not exchanging gifts. Is that it? Is that what we're establishing?
Well, you already gave me a birthday gift.
Yes, but Christmas is a separate holiday than Stella Day.
It's true. I guess it depends on what you. I mean, is that gonna bring you pain?
Pain?
Yeah. Will you feel uncomfortable?
If I get you a Christmas present and you
If
don't
you don't.
reciprocate. No, if I
Oh,
don't.
no, if you don't get a gift.
No.
If someone asks you, did you get Stella a gift, and you say nothing, will that cause you embarrassment?
Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe there are different expectations for adults, but I was never really clear on the rules when it comes to friends, like through the years.
I guess it depends on if one of your loved receiving gifts or
Yeah.
gift giving. Yeah. Well, you can get me a gift if you finish the book that I sent you.
I can always consult our list, of course.
Yeah, with all the books that I have in there.
hmm
So yet another book.
I know where to find the Iliad.
Yes, you do. And it was signed by her.
Yeah, that would be a good addition. Also, I'll sign it myself.
I wouldn't like that. Who cares about you?
I was featured on an episode of Fat Girl to Oracle, I'll have you
Oh
know.
my gosh. Yeah,
So,
your
pretty big
claims
deal.
to fame. Could you imagine if you put that on a resume?
I wonder how much follow-up they do.
I don't know. I was thinking, woo, that was really close. I was
Ooh.
thinking like man, what if they like Google search me and then my name's all over the internet? And then do they listen to my show and I'm like, well, I haven't really said anything bad. So
Oh. Um,
it's all been pro human rights. I
well,
don't think
some
you can
people
get
aren't
on
into
me for
that.
that. I know there are some people not into that. I don't know what Regis College's political affiliations are.
I
It's
imagine
private, so I don't know that they
neutral.
can they?
Right, right. Yeah, everybody's getting in trouble these days.
Then again, Liberty University, I think, is private.
Hmm.
Yeah, who knows? Ooh, no. Everyone's getting in trouble. Yeah.
As they should.
Accountability.
Accountability. That's just a three-letter word to me.
Well, even today, like I always like quadruple think about, okay, if what I'm about to ask, okay. And today I thought about it, and I said on my podcast though, so I guess I'll get triply canceled. But I was reading that episode, the issue of Birds of Prey, and one of the Amazon's name is Philippus or Philippus with the U.S. And so I'm like talking about linguistically that like this is a masculine ending, and so I was a bit confused by that. But then I went off on a thing. I was like, are there trans people on Themyscira?
Oh.
Because it's women. So, and then I thought, well, maybe trans women or trans feminine people could be there, but does that mean if you're trans masculine or trans male, you get kicked off? So then
Right.
I decided to ask the people at large on X. I was like, are there trans characters on Themyscira? And someone responded and said that there's one person they know, but she was using she, her pronouns. So then I responded, oh, okay, well, does that mean that someone using he, him would get kicked off? So we'll see if anyone responds. But I was nervous. I was like, oh gosh, what if someone finds this offensive? But I think that's a good question. I've never thought about trans people on Themyscira before.
I have to assume that group is more rad femme leading. That would be my guess. I mean, they have such a
Oh, so do you think
connection.
they would probably
Yeah.
take off a trans male? Okay.
I think they
What?
need an exceptional individual to show them the right way.
Interesting.
Perhaps
Yeah.
Diana.
I wondered if they'd be more inclusive than Man's World, as they call it.
Oh, absolutely.
But you think they would still maybe kick off?
Yeah. It wouldn't be easy. Oh, God, I suck at this one. But not without due protest.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an interesting question.
Cause, but yeah, I'm always just thinking, is this okay to ask?
Now, do you ask that question and then hold back?
Hold back from what?
From asking the actual question.
What's the actual question?
Well, the actual, like, say you found that, or you were concerned that the Themyscira question was inappropriate. Have you not posed those questions in the past? Problematic ones?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe, because I feel like somebody asked me once whether I thought, what happened to Barbara or what happened to Dinah. What happened to Barbara I don't think I'm having some issues here. What happened to Barbara in The Killing Joke versus what happened to Dinah in Longbow Hunters was like, which one was worse?
Mm.
And at the time I ended up answering it, but later I realized actually we probably shouldn't compare trauma. So I've like learned from that. So I think like I posed something today happened. I was like, oh well, I wonder if this is, is there a similarity here? And I'm like, well, we can't really say that one is worse than the other because it's pretty bad, but this one seems really bad because it's so recent. So I kind of, I guess, like that. So I suppose I still do, maybe.
Interesting.
But since I have to pose the question and then answer it, since I'm talking to myself, it's a
And
little
unlike
bit
some people, you
trickier.
actually answer the questions you pose.
I know.
No!
Okay. After all that,
After all that, the very last hammer. What is going on?
I don't know. They're just waiting for the end.
Well, that'll be it for us Q&A for the year. We have our year-end review.
Really?
That's it. Yep.
Whoa. I'm surprised.
Yeah, we were talking about how disappointed we were with our performance this year. I think we
I
had the
thought
least...
you were doing better. That's very confusing because you were like, we've hit a good stride. That was in August, right? We've got a good stride of, we're recording 2 times a month.
I don't sound like that.
No, that was Donovan.
Okay. In which case, yes, spot on. Well, we discovered even going 2 episodes a month, which theoretically should equal 24, we will have less episodes or fewer episodes this year than last year, which is shocking.
Uh-oh. And that was the year of the maybe, will he, won't he, won't he go to Korea?
Indeed. That was sort of the pre-reboot era. So
Yeah.
think like Ghost Rider 2. No, so yeah, it's been hard, but Donovan blames himself because he's a very chivalrous man. He's always opening the door for me. He said, well, I just had a very busy summer. First it was the trek northeast, and then all the cons and the BS with Popverse, and he's just getting back into his stride now. Strange that both of our freelance jobs fell apart kind of at the same time. Okay, we're on a squad.
We are on a squad. Let's get it done.
Get it done like Donkey Kong.
I like, I'll probably do my year-end review as well. But I like how when I was like, how could I do this that was different from these people and just have a top something in each category.
Oh, yeah. We're actually going to go with a different format, I think, anyway, because we don't have enough for a top 10, neither of us.
Oh, interesting.
It was just that bad of a year.
Wow.
So we're going to go month by month and just recap like what happened media-wise.
Oh, okay. Wow. That'll be interesting. I've kept a little list of what I watch TV shows.
Yeah, well.
And film-wise. So that's going to be hard to... I was looking through it and I'm like, ooh, I wonder what I'm going to say.
Do you have any...
song, I already know.
Okay.
Probably musical. I'll have to think about social event.
Mm-hmm.
That was tough. What happened that was significant?
Well, yeah, the Ally and AJ concert this year, I don't know if that would be under social.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, yeah, that is true. Oh, I meant, like, socio-political. Because last time, yeah, at the report that was looking at all the harassment and stuff in the soccer. So I don't know what has significant happened for the better.
Right.
To change things.
I'm sure there were probably some good elections. Oh, Virginia.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
It's crazy when you move, or if you move. Massachusetts will gain a Democratic vote, which means nothing, but Virginia will lose one.
Oh, yeah. Well, it seems like people really came out for. I mean, I haven't looked at the results, but I think finding that, pro-choice was on the line, they really
Yeah.
went for it.
And it's just kind of crazy that, like, they overturned Roe v. Wade, assuming that the states would all say, no, we don't want the federal government, we don't want these abortion rights, but pretty much they've all, well, I mean, not all of them, but a surprising amount, especially, you know, southern states, have rallied around abortion rights, reproductive rights.
Yeah. So I was thinking, gosh, will there be a time where only a couple places are available and you just have these people, like, take sojourns?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. There've already been horror stories, even just this. I mean, every time this happens, but.
Yeah. People dying.
Yeah. Oh. See how we do.
Is that a door to Marley?
Well, I don't know if you want to say, but what was the best new movie you saw this year, 2023 release?
The year's not over, because I would like to see Saltburn.
Right.
And I'll probably see, well, obviously I'll see Hunger Games and Napoleon.
Dynamite.
2023.
It was Barbo.
Yeah.
Whoa, we're all up here. I guess that's where we start.
Oh no, this again.
I don't know.
There's one. How's it going?
There's too much competition for this one. Ah!
Yeah.
Nuts.
Whee!
Oh,
I forgot we're on a squad.
we're on a squad.
Yeah, so
This poor bastard. Ugh,
I got a 6.
nice.
Ooh. We will wobble, but they don't fall down.
That was beautiful.
11.
No!
Come on, man. 12. Do you think
Bounce.
we'll do it?
I don't know. This is a tough one. Even for me,
Even for you?
a Fall Guys veteran. No! No! Brutal.
It's brutal out here. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Oh,
Do you
they're
know
already
that
full.
song?
No. Uh-oh. Did we make it?
Oh, we didn't get it. We were so close.
No!
Oh. I may know already.
You're... what?
My top movie.
Oh.
It would have been one of the first ones I watched in the year.
Oh, interesting.
Let me think here. Just scribbling through. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Was that this year?
It was probably the rewatch I did with you.
Oh.
Babylon.
Yeah. Maybe that's a strong 5 in a top 5.
Yes. Yes, I know what it is.
That's good.
Women talking.
Oh, yeah. That's on Prime I just saw, so I might have to watch
Okay.
that.
I think, do you think your mom would like it? I'd recommend it, but I've fallen short, I would say. The things that I feel like
I know.
are great, she and I disagree on.
She'd probably like She Said better in terms of movie with similar
Oh, yeah.
titles.
One more?
One more, let's do it. Close it out
Duos?
strong. Duos.
Okay.
Did you do your Duolingo today? You have 30 minutes.
I did it, at like 2 p.m., I think.
Okay. I always
Right
forget.
before my second nap.
Nap number 2. Do you say, I'm going down right before you take a nap?
To whom?
To yourself?
No. I just try to stay awake, and then when it's like, can't fight it anymore, then I just take a nap. Because otherwise,
Interesting.
I just wouldn't be productive, so.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the weekend, so try to catch up.
Somebody's watching us.
Who's watching?
I don't know, but let's not assume it's Donovan because I feel like that might alienate whoever it is. Welcome to Ludiet Pugnai. My name is Harrison, and this is Stella. We are not an item.
Hello? We are not, no. I do call him my publicity stunt boyfriend, however. The
Yes.
person who's watching us, if you've popped in, I mean, you can absolutely ask us a question if you would like.
I mean, we're not going to see it. I'm not going to open
We
the comments.
won't?
Well, it'll only pop up on YouTube.
Remember Brick Boy?
I remember Brick Boy. Sometimes when I'm very sad, I think of him.
Man. Because didn't Brick Boy say like hello or something?
Yeah, we missed it. Then he...
Well, it should. I think, isn't there a way to put it on your screen as
Yeah, I
you're
think...
playing?
Yeah, we tried that once. It unfortunately creates this unfortunate cropping.
Unfortunately, it
Unfortunate.
creates this unfortunate cropping.
Most unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the episode where somebody tried to flame us on aliens.
Oh my gosh, yes. After I called him a Viking of some sort. So I wasn't sure if that, do you think that was, slang?
It
Not
could be.
slang. A disparaging term? Derogative?
I mean, I'm sure there is a group of people out there who is often called Vikings and doesn't like it because it isn't specific or accurate, rather.
Yeah.
I don't know who that would be. Scandinavians? No.
Yeah. Maybe people taken over by the Vikings,
Right.
if anyone was colonized. I've decided to wish people a happy colonizer holiday to see what happens.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna ruffle some feathers.
You think so? Happy Colonizer Day! I sent that to Cindy. I asked, are you coming up for a colonizer's holiday? Because Mexicans don't celebrate that.
Yeah.
So, I joke about it. I think I mean, that's technically what it is. Let's see. Let me see if anyone's posted anything. Where are you, Beauty? There it is. It's red because you're streaming.
Yeah.
Live. Is someone still there? 0. How come when I come on, yeah, it's nobody.
They leave. They're like, oh no.
Yeah, it's just me. Alas.
Alaska.
Alas and alack.
Our
Yeah?
day of fame is coming.
You think so?
I have to believe it. Otherwise I'll go insane.
Do you think it's when we play that game where you toss people around and try to throw them into, like, fans and stuff?
Maybe.
Do you know which game I'm talking about?
Is that one that you sent me? Fire a reel?
Maybe.
There was something silly that you sent recently.
I'm always on the lookout for other co-op games.
I know, I feel like we're kind of running down our supply a bit. Because I looked, and Dead Rising 2, like, there's just no way to play that on PS4.
What's that? What is it, a PS3?
Yeah, it originally came out on the PS3. And
Well,
apparently
can you even play that?
Well, I mean, there are PS4 versions, but apparently they're just not optimized, and so they just don't really work.
But is PS3
Oh my
even
god.
an option, or is the server down?
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm sorry, I'm letting our team down here. I think the servers must be down.
Ooh,
That was my
we
fault.
made it. Illuminato. You want to try one more?
Okay, let's finish out strong. Um, there's also Ghost Recon Breakpoint I was thinking about, but I don't know if that would be that fun. You'd have to have a look at it.
Wasn't there one that you recommended that was like that and it's open world?
Um, well, I started playing Ghost Recon Wildlands myself. It's okay.
River
There
City
was,
Girls 2 it is!
yeah, that's true. We have that.
I've had a tour.
Unfortunately, all the new releases are going to be PS5. I just saw some game that I thought, oh, I might like to play that. It's probably only going to be on the PS5.
Sad. Weird. Do, 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 do. Ah. Well, if I move to the great state of Massachusetts every other Saturday, we can play in person.
That's true, couch co-op. That's crazy. We're going to be pushing that battery up the hill every, every week.
Oh man. I think, that was honestly a great threat to our friendship.
Oh my god. Well, I'll tell you right now that I did not perceive it that way, so I could be in trouble in the future.
No, no, no. It was just because I was yelling a lot.
Yeah,
I wasn't angry. I found it very amusing. But it was just like, wow,
this
we
is
were
the most.
not doing as as I thought we should have been doing. And then the ball one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that was the hootin' and hollerin' that we were worried about.
Hooting and hollering. But no one said anything to us.
Right.
However, during this latest trip, remember when I went downstairs to get something, George said, "You're having too much fun." And I apologized.
What do you think that was
Which
in
I think,
reference to?
we were definitely playing River City because there were like a couple sections there that I think we just lost it. One
Yeah,
of them being, of course,
the stolen
you
basketball.
yeah, the bad. But something else happened. Probably just your inability to get the soul back in my body.
Yes. I was thinking about replaying Resident Evil 2, because if I pick that up again, I'm going to restart from the beginning.
And do better management.
Yeah. I didn't realize that the sort of the character's reaction to a zombie attack was like different from game to game, because like in the footage of Resident Evil 4 that I've seen, you can do a lot of like pushing the zombies away or meleeing them, but in
Yep.
RE2 remake, once they get you, that's a point off your health bar.
Correct. Which is nice for 3 because you can dodge as Jill and then you can punch as oh shoot, what's his name? It's not Oscar. Uh-oh. Can't remember his name.
Star reporter Ben Bertolucci.
No. But yeah, no, you just have to use those boards and then try
Try to avoid.
yeah.
And I didn't even get to Mr. X.
No, you were getting close.
Ooh,
Yeah.
how terrifying.
It is terrifying. That makes me nervous because he's just like stalking after you.
Just like it follows.
Like it follows. Man alive.
Maybe he was the result of a copulation. I guess not. Of no man born, truly. Or no woman born. messing with these boxing gloves. No, sir. Ah. Isn't this fitting? This Christmas-themed level.
Oh yeah.
Are you excited? Are you more excited about your birthday or Christmas?
Well, Christmas at least I'll be with family. Originally I was just gonna be by myself for my birthday, but now
Ugh.
I think I've invited myself over for dinner somewhere. And I think I'll go rock climbing by myself then. So maybe Christmas, but yeah, we have yet to do our Secret Santa, which I assume will happen over Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Interesting. Now be careful with your toenails when you go rock climbing.
Yes, and I do need to have to clip them real close before I show them in the field. But yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. I mean, my foot usually does hurt afterwards, just because the shoes are really tight. So yeah, we're gonna see, because this is when it happened.
And how long did it last?
Until February.
Wow.
About the 21st or so, yeah. So, well, I'm better off than your mother, who still has that blackened toenail.
And no sympathy from her. Oh no. From her son.
Gosh, I don't know. Is this the new maze for us?
Yeah.
Where did Gremlins 1 leave us? Where did it leave us?
I really don't remember. I only remember Phoebe Cates' monologue.
Oh, what'd she say?
That her parents like died during Christmas. That's why she doesn't like Christmas.
Oh man.
Something incredibly grim. I don't even know if Gremlins 2 is a Christmas movie.
Oh.
Oh. No, this is going
watch Die Hard.
Yeah.
There's a Christmas film.
I haven't seen that forever.
La, la, la. And then we can watch Babadook.
Yeah.
And then we can watch Barbarian.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty freaky, eh? Hey, old chum.
Yeah. Especially because I read all about it, so
Yeah.
at least I'll be emotionally prepared.
Well, really looking
Not
out.
probably visually prepared.
Mm-hmm. Yes!
Oh, we did it!
Found a lucky spot.
I, too, was kind of in a situation like that.
Hmm. There's still so many movies from 2022 that I haven't seen that I meant to, so behind.
And then that Korean one.
Yeah. I mean, this is what happens when you generally don't want to watch movies. They pile up.
Well, then when someone makes you, do you find yourself getting resentful towards that person?
Maybe so resentful that when I see something of interest on the beach, I don't point it out.
That was really terrible.
Yes. Regrettable.
I don't think, do you regret it?
You really wanted to see that sea slug. I just
would
assumed
have liked to, yeah.
I just figured
You
we'd
just
find
what?
another one.
Well, what you said is you thought I saw it. And I said on BTO that was the most foolish thing you could have said to me. Because you know darn well that I would have gone, ooh, and run over there and pointed. Because remember, I did that to the, to John's little work hut by the bridge. Remember,
Oh,
I was like,
interesting.
ooh, yeah. So every time there's a little thing. It's funny, actually. I did that on Friday because when I got my assignment for Friday, I was looking at the roll and it was not going to be a good time for me.
Hmm.
And then I looked up and I was like, oh, this person's got a collab teacher. Let me see who the collab teacher is. And it was someone who I really liked. And so I go, ooh. And then this guy comes over and he's like, something interesting. Because I was in a workroom, which I thought was weird that he started like walking over, I guess, to see what I had seen. And I was like, yes, I just found out that today will be a better day.
That's just something you do.
Dear Evan Hansen, today we didn't make it Hansen.
Oh.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Well, that was a somewhat strong finish.
We tried. We tried so hard. Oh, do you have any constructive criticism for, I mean, I'm not going to edit it, but for my video?
No, I forgot. I watched our segment and then I had to like go to the bathroom or something. I don't
And you're
remember
like,
what happened.
that's enough. That's really funny that you watched a 30-second segment and that was enough for you.
No, I've been meaning to go back to it. I think I heard you say, this course is like a video game. And I was like, this is
And
gonna
then
be
you
good.
paused. Good watching. A couple people watched it, so I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Someone even mentioned, she's like, our profession is like a bunch of side quests, like you keep learning it. So I was like, that's a good pull, Jennifer.
Where were you when I was writing this?
I know. I was
Did-
happy.
Did people recognize a Greek era Kratos? With like, what's that game?
No, it isn't. And there's
Crazy.
even like a scene where I show a decapitated head.
Oh,
Maybe they thought it was too violent.
ugh.
But, yeah. Gosh, that class ends the week after Thanksgiving.
Wow.
But then the other class goes an extra week for some reason.
That's
To fit
No,
in that
consider-
next paper, I guess.
man.
But, yeah,
Busy bee, non-stop.
I know. It'll be nice to have a break
Yeah.
soonish. Well, oh, Neo, PBL and J, he's playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's the game that keeps on giving. I guess it's online.
Yeah, there's an online. You can hang out with some people.
Maybe we should consider. I don't know. I don't know if I want to play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh gosh. I mean, you're more of a Western person than
That's
I am.
true.
That might be painful for me.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'd get into it, but at first I would probably be like, ooh.
Yeah. I just don't trust Rockstar.
Oh, that's
I feel like
interesting.
they're gonna be too gross.
I see. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching the film
Yes, thank you.
and then playing with the beans.
Always good to see what they're up to.
That is true. That's true. And now my video is not a lie.
Now your video is not a lie. It's true.
Yeah, we did.
I should have said, "Don't you have something for class?"
I do. Yeah. Well, good luck. I hope you get your stylus tomorrow and can start playing around with your Surface Pro.
Thank you. And I hope that you get to have the relaxing Sunday that you desire.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers
Okay,
crossed.
go stick your head in the freezer.
Okay, you too.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.